Hello, welcome to Meet with the Mayor. I'm Jason Baker. Joining me today to discuss a new program launched by Mayor Spano, along with the Yonkers Police Department, is Mayor Mike Spano himself, along with our Police Commissioner Charles Gardner. Thanks for being here today. And what we're going to talk about is a new program that was launched. It's a neighborhood protection plan that is really a comprehensive approach to addressing some of the quality of life issues in the neighborhoods. But before we talk about that, there's a new program, a new back to school drive that you put in. I know a lot of kids aren't really ready to talk about school yet, but you're encouraging parents and residents and businesses to start getting involved and getting prepared, helping our students get prepared for school.
Absolutely. I have 3 kids, and my 3 kids don't want to hear me sing the school day song that my father used to sing to us. But school is upon us, and we want to make sure that our kids go to school, start off their day as best they can. And what a young person likes when they go to school is, aside from having a good breakfast, is to be able to have the tools they need. Making sure that they have a backpack with the books in it, and with pencils and erasers and the things that they need to start their day so they can go to school. It gives them that sense of comfort, which allows them to have a greater or a better educational experience. And so what we've done and what we have asked in light of the economy, and the economy being the way it is, where people are having a tough time making ends meet, we've asked corporations and people to make donations. And we're going to have we have a backpack drive going on, where we are getting companies and individuals to make donations, to bring in backpacks, to donate these backpacks, to donate maybe some of the items that need to be put into the backpack. And it's been going really well. I mean, we already have one corporation that has made a sizable donation, which we'll announce when we do the drive in the next couple of weeks. We also have another corporation that's actually donated over 300 backpacks to the students here in the City of Yonkers. So it's a great program, and it's just a nice thing we can do. 1, help save money. 2, to send our children off to school with at least a little peace of mind when it comes to doing their homework and getting their schoolwork done.
Yeah, that's great. And again, it's the backpack to school drive, and it's the backpacks, from my understanding, are going to be, as of now, the goal that you've set is for 300 students to receive these packages in 5 different schools across Yonkers.
Yes, Jay. What we're trying to do is get as many backpacks as we can. We now have our goal is 300. I think we'll exceed that number, and then we're going to hit these 5 schools. If anybody is interested in gaining a backpack, though, they should feel free to call the mayor's office, and we will try to get one made available. But we are going to attempt to put as many as we can together and get them off to our young people. School is beginning, and we want them to have a great experience.
Great. And if you're interested in dropping off a backpack, there are locations for dropping off supplies and backpacks at City Hall, 87 Nepperhan, the Case Center, the Case Justice Center, and also each of the 4 precincts throughout the city, as well as the Riverfront Library and the Will Library. So that's a great program. We're looking forward to that, and the program runs through August 31st. So now let's move on. Let's talk about this new partnership, the Neighborhood Protection Partnership that was announced today. Commissioner, can you tell us a little? I know one of the components of this was the mobile command center that was launched. Can you tell us a little bit about what the mobile command center is?
Sure. The Yonkers Police Department Mobile Command Center is a specialized police vehicle that has some specialized equipment in it, like specialized lighting, communications equipment, weather monitoring equipment. It also has a conference room, and it basically is like a mini mobile police precinct that can serve as a center of operations in a particular area at a particular time.
Right. And how is it utilized in the neighborhood? So is it being launched throughout the city in different neighborhoods, or?
Well, in conjunction with the mayor's program, we are utilizing it in neighborhoods throughout the city. It serves as a visible presence for police in the area, and we're working with other city administrations like the Parks Department, DPW, the Building Department to address community concerns, and this mobile command center is one part of that overall effort to improve the quality of life in these neighborhoods.
Okay, and so if I'm a resident on the street, if I see the mobile command center, how should I? What should I? Is it a good idea to talk to the police officers? Are they sort of just surveying the area, or are they there really to create a presence in the community?
Well, the Mobile Command Center is part of our ongoing efforts to improve our interaction and relationship with the community. So I would encourage residents to, if you see the Mobile Command Center in your neighborhood, please stop by, introduce yourself, have a conversation with the police officers that are assigned there. It's also important for our police officers to have an opportunity to interact with the public in a non-confrontational setting. So it's a benefit to not only the members of the community, but also the police officers, so that we can work together to try to jointly solve problems in our neighborhoods.
Right. Great. And I know that the command center right now is located on Mulberry Street and Trinity Plaza.
Right.
I know it's going to be going to other locations throughout the city, and it's part of the plan that was launched today. What's the now? I know there's another component of it. It's not just about policing, but also quality of life issues. Some of our other departments are being involved. Mayor, can you talk a little bit?
Let's
about
talk a little bit about it. Yonkers has 4 precincts. First, second, third, and fourth precincts, right? And so here you have these precincts. Yonkers Police does a fantastic job. The precincts are places people go to if they feel they have issues or if they have a problem. Some of the places are used for the community's precinct councils, but we also have over 40 distinct different neighborhoods in the city. And so what we're attempting to do is, and working with the Yonkers Police, and the Yonkers Police have done a great job, is take this mobile command unit, which is what the city spent a lot of money on, spent probably over $500,000 on this, and it's there, and there's a reason for it. God forbid there's a catastrophe or something, this mobile command unit will be dispatched out, and it is there and available to, obviously, our city, especially in times of disaster. But most of the time we're not in disaster.
Correct.
And most of the time that mobile command unit is at parades or at different festivals. So what the commissioner is doing, which I think is, I have to applaud them on their efforts, is taking that mobile command unit and utilizing it to go to these different communities all across the city of Yonkers, go into a specific community, working with that community to gain involvement, to gain insight and intel from the people that live within that neighborhood, to work with the building department and the DPW to gain insight and knowledge about how we can deal with quality of life issues. If you take care of the little things, you go after the code enforcement and you do the little things, a lot of the big things take care of themselves. And that's a cooperative effort between the police department, building department, fire department, and certainly the DPW in an effort to make sure the lights are on, to make sure that the streets are clean, to make sure that the codes are being followed, and that there are additional quality of life issues that deal with law enforcement. Well, law enforcement is there. They're going to learn. They're going to know. They're going to have a better understanding about what's happening. Like I said, not just in the precinct itself, but right to the neighborhood, right to the individual. And that's why we do encourage the people to live in those neighborhoods. Go see the police officers. Speak to them. These are the police officers who patrol your neighborhoods. So let them know what's going on, because that's the best way for them to be able to fight crime, is having the knowledge about what's going on in the community. And a lot of times they don't know. Most of the time, it's reactive. This is giving our community and our police department an opportunity to be proactive in our approach to quality of life issues in the city.
Mm-hmm. So it's really sounds like a great program. And, I know it'll be the program right now is taking place in the Trinity Plaza section of Hollows, but I know it's going to be going throughout different communities in the neighborhood.
It's been several places already.
There's already been progress being made. I know when we were talking to some of the residents before, they were talking about how they've already seen a difference just by some of the smaller improvements made. So it's really positive.
It was dispatched earlier in the year when we were having an issue with gangs, and that mobile unit was actually brought to Elm Street, and was there for a week, and it was the people that lived there loved the fact that there was this police presence right in the heart of the neighborhood, and it was the people who lived there, the 99% of them who are law-abiding citizens who do the right thing, given an opportunity to frankly get out of their home at night because they were fear of the bad guy. There was no fear of the bad guy, and so we hope that that presence, that initial presence, spurs that type of feeling where people feel that they can walk in their neighborhoods, that they can reach out to their neighbors and be a community. And that's what we want to do, and that's the feeling we need to keep on. We can't obviously keep it there indefinitely all the time, but when we have the hot spots, we'll do that. But we're also going to use it as a way just to communicate and have a relationship with other communities across the city.
Yeah. Everyone deserves that quality of life, I think. So, but speaking of community improvement, I want to move on to one more topic before we end here. A new announcement made yesterday, $22 million investment in downtown Yonkers. Can you talk about a little bit about some of what's going on down there, some of the new development?
You want? I guess I should talk about it, right? But we just spent about $20 million to daylight the Sawmill River, and that's right down in South Yonkers. The Sawmill River has been daylighted. It's going to be officially opened in a couple of weeks. It sits alongside the Phyllis Manor Hall, which is over a 300-year-old building. It's been in South Yonkers, and it's a state landmark, a federal landmark, and certainly Yonkers' first city hall. So what we want to do is use that as a centerpiece for the redevelopment of our waterfront. And now Nick Spray-Reagan and his company has put forth a $22 million development in and about the already millions of dollars that we've spent as taxpayers in the development of the waterfront. The waterfront along the front, the train station and the revitalization of the train station, the river itself, and then obviously the buildings now around the river are going to be, it's going to be contagious, because what that development and those investments that we've already made have spurred new development and new private investors. And that's what it's all about. It's taking an area that needs help, where we've invested public dollars into this area, and then the private dollars follow. And that's what you're starting to see happen here in South Yonkers. You're starting to see developers like Collin Enterprises and many people like them, Ron Shemesh, the power plant, people who have taken private dollars and investing it in what was otherwise contaminated property, or property that just was not unoccupied for quite a long time. It's now become a destination, a beautiful center, a place for people to live, work, and raise a family, and come down and visit. So I'm real excited about where the direction we're heading in, and hopefully the good news will keep on coming, because that is probably the one place in Yonkers, our waterfront, that has probably been underachieving for far too long, in a city that has so much potential. I think it really bodes well for the future of Yonkers.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's very exciting news, and we're all really excited to see some of that potential get reached. So we'll continue to monitor that situation. Of course, thank you for joining us, Mayor Spano, Commissioner Gardner. We appreciate it. That's our time for today. We want to remind all residents that if you ever have any issues or concerns, you can always call the Mayor's Helpline. That's 914-377-HELP. And of course, if you have any other issues to discuss, you can contact the Mayor's office at 914-377-6300. Also, be sure to visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/City of Yonkers, and follow us on Twitter. Thanks again for joining us.